Hey everybody, my name is James Kernan. I'm the CEO of Kernan Consulting and author of several publications in the IT industry. So I wanted to take a little bit of time and give everybody an update and tell you a little bit more about my background and my history and my story of success and actually some struggles. So I started in the industry over 25 years ago. I started as a sales rep with my first tech firm. It was a company called Overbite Computers out of Los Angeles. We were about $8 million in sales when I started. And we were a small minority woman-owned business and sold a lot of hardware at the time. And I worked my way up very quickly to sales manager and then VP of sales. And during a 5-year time frame there, we grew to over 32 million in sales. So good start of my career there. The next company I started with was the old Microwave of San Diego, and they're now a privately held firm still called Technology Integration Group out of San Diego. But when I started there, I was hired in as a director of sales, still had my own accounts, and then really helped, got promoted very quickly to vice president of sales from there. And I was there for about 7 years, and during that time frame, we grew from 30 million to over 315 million. In total sales revenue. Around that time frame, it was about the 2000 time frame. I wanted to kind of break off on my own. I ended up leaving the business. I was making lots of money, but kind of wanted to go do my own thing and really focus on services and doing professional services. So ended up buying a small company called Networks Plus Technology Group out of San Diego. They were a small CRM company. When I bought them, their prior year in sales revenue was about 378,000, and was their CEO. Hired, trained the team, expanded our offerings, and was there running the business for about 5 years, and we grew to over 12 million in recurring revenues. So real successful track record there. We did a lot of business with the government and so forth. So you can see very blessed and early in my career, and a lot of favor there. Also served on 6 different advisory councils throughout my career. One of the biggest awards I'd won was in 2003 during my tenure at Networks Plus Technology Group. We were the CRN Magazine's Rising Star, the #1 fastest growing technology company in the country in 2003. Several times we were in Inc. magazine. But I sold that business in 2006 and ended up really stumbling into a coaching and consulting career. And now today I'm the CEO of Kernan Consulting, coaching, advising, and mentoring. We work one-on-one, and we do group trainings with sales and marketing and leadership professionals at IT firms all around the country. I love doing what I'm doing, very blessed. And why I do this is I love giving back. I love taking what I've learned and help other people meet and exceed their goals. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. So I wanted to share that with everybody. And then one of the things I wanted to do was back at Networks Plus Technology Group, I wanted to tell you that story a little bit, because that was really a story of perseverance. This was the first company, if you remember, that I really broke off on my own. So I wasn't a partner with multiple people, ended up kind of doing this by myself. But I bought a company in San Diego. It was for $30,000. I think I remember signing a check for $15,000. And then there was an earnout based on all the receivables that were collected and so forth, and the customers that stayed aboard. I had to write another check for $15,000 at the end of that year. So this actually was the 2001 timeframe. And for those of you that remember back in 2001, what a horrible year to do business. It was a real struggle. It was the post Y2K letdown. Tech sales kind of started going down. The economy started to really slow down. The stock market flop. And then 9/11 happened. And 9/11, just if you remember back then, Q4, nobody bought anything. Not just technology. It just, a lot of businesses just kind of stopped. They were afraid to make financial decisions, and that really hurt our firm. And then to make things worse, my father was diagnosed with cancer that September. Actually, I was in the hospital with my family during 9/11 when that all happened. I was down in Houston, Texas. But anyway, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and subsequently we lost him 3 months later in 2001. So I was out of the office and obviously very distracted by all these things that I couldn't control. But the reality is I knew that I was doing the right things. I was fighting and pushing forward, and I didn't even pay myself for the first 6 months of employment there. But I just buckled the chin strap and charged forward. We were very aggressive with our marketing efforts, and that's really a secret of getting the name out and fighting through that poor economy, because a lot of other people stopped marketing, but we really put the throttle forward with marketing. So I had 3 total people in the company at that time. I remember doing a little presentation in front of all of them saying, hey, we're going to be the #1 company in the area for IT solutions. Here's the plan of action. I remember as I'm doing this little presentation, people were rolling their eyes at me, and obviously they weren't fully on board yet. But after many sleepless nights, wondering how I'm going to meet payroll, not paying myself, which is a poor mistake, don't do that. Didn't pay myself for 6 months, put myself on a modest salary. But we ended up losing money that first year, and then the very beginning of the next year, things just really took off for us. So through perseverance and hard work, we won a couple big contracts with the San Diego Petco ballpark, the San Diego Padres. We won that big network infrastructure project, and won a big staffing project with the Navy and Marine Corps bases as well. That expanded in 22 states. That was fantastic. So we grew to over 12 million in a short period of time frame, and then I ended up selling the business in 2006. So just want to share my story with everybody. Appreciate your time, and give us a call. I'll talk to you soon.